Hello, welcome to the review of LEGO Speed Champion Set 76906 1970 Ferrari 512M. This set has 291 pieces. It's rated for ages 8 plus. Came out in 2022 and retired in 2024. Set retails for about $20 US. And without further ado, let's get into the review. Starting first, as always, with the figures, we have this Ferrari driver here who has some nice racing stripes down the front of the torso and the front of the legs there. Very nice. And along the back of the torso here on the back with some nice detail, even your little Ferrari logo right there in the corner of his jacket. And I think it looks very nice. And like with most Speed Champion sets, comes with not only his hairpiece here, but also a little helmet for him to be safe while racing around. He does not, unlike most other Speed Champion sets, come with like a wrench or something of some sort, because I don't know, I guess Ferrari drivers don't work on their own cars or something. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the set itself. The build itself here consists of the 1970 Ferrari 512M itself and no other bits and pieces that sometimes LEGO sets come with, like a little gas can or something. But that is quite common for the Speed Champions line, to just have the car itself and a figure and call it good there. But the car itself shines really well. I really enjoy the build, and the build itself wasn't too difficult or anything. It was pretty straightforward, as most LEGO sets are, especially the Speed Champions ones. It's just a nice build that I just did in I don't know, half hour maybe, like max, one afternoon, and came together very nicely and is rather sturdy in most parts. There's a couple little bits here which are a little bit flimsy like that, but for the most part this set is pretty durable, and you, for whatever you're doing, even just of course of like play or setting it on a shelf or sticking it in a city or raceway or some diorama or something, you're not going to have parts falling off, even though there's a little bit of flex in some of them. But for most applications, the set will do just fine. It's got a lot of detail, a lot of interesting techniques, like some of the this like angled brick technique for the this part of the hood here, and then there's a different technique used for the other bits of the hood here for like the headlights and stuff, where they use a clip attached to the bar here to get that angle, and it just looks really good. This set just has a lot of good detailing, some done with stickers, some done with the pieces, and some even done with prints like the little Ferrari logo there, and the cab or the canopy here just looks very nice. But yeah, it's a pretty good set overall, and there's no real flaws that I can find with it, other than maybe just a couple pieces wanting to come off here and there. But like for most applications, it's not going to be a problem. They even have the nice detail of the exhaust and the lights on the back there, which you're not going to see from most angles, and especially if you're going to put it on a shelf or like display it or something, you're not really going to get a chance to see it. But it is nice that they included it. Now the interior here is rather small, seating only one figure, of course, because it's a little racer here, but they've made use of a nice sticker right there for your gauges. Then you have, of course, your steering wheel, and kind of unfortunately a force stud connection, which in the past, I mean, has resulted in some of these figures like legs getting stuck in there when you go to take them out. So you just pull out their torso and their legs is stuck in there. You have to kind of dismantle it. But for most applications, if you're just going to leave it on a shelf, I don't really see that as being too much of a problem, though it would be nice to have one of those 2x2s with the 2 studs and then the kind of tile on the other side, which might help with stuff like that, because I could see that being an issue if you're giving it to a kid to like play with. After a couple years, you may get like a little bit of wear here and there, which may cause your figure to start getting stuck. But for most applications, like if you're displaying it or something, like as like a car guy or something, if you just like looking at it and you just have the figure like sitting in there, shouldn't be a problem if you're not trying to, yank the figure out and stuff all the time. But yeah, it's a very, very nice set, very sleek and aerodynamic looking, and will definitely, even though it's a 8 stud wide Speed Champions vehicle, it is wider than most regular like classic like Lego City style cars, so it is a little bit big on the roadways, as you might have saw in the intro, where it kind of takes up the entire lane and even part of the line there in the center. But it definitely still fits on there if you use the Mills plating method. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about this vehicle other than it's very nice, and I found it a couple bucks off at a Walmart, I believe, and along with some other Speed Champions. So if you're interested in picking it up, that's where I would recommend checking out to see if your local Walmart has it on sale or marked down at all, because that's where I got mine not all that long ago. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. Have a good one, and see you next time. Bye.